AMD Adrenalin 24.20.11.01 drivers for Radeon GPUs now available. God of War Ragnarok and Frostpunk 2 support, new Hypertune and Radeon Boost titles. AMD has released its latest Radeon Adrenalin 24.20.11.01 GPU driver, which adds support for God of War Ragnarok and Frostpunk 2 alongside several other additions. AMD Radeon GPU drivers are now God of War Ragnarok and Frostpunk 2 ready with Adrenalin 24.20.11.01 release, new Hypertune and Radeon Boost title support and various fixes. The AMD Adrenalin 24.20.11.01 driver is the newest big release, which adds support for two major AAA releases, God of War Ragnarok and Frostpunk 2. Besides these two high-profile titles, Radeon Adrenalin driver also comes with support for the DirectX 11 update for Sims 4. There's also a new Radeon Boost profile added for Final Fantasy XVI. In addition to the new game support, the Hypertune software has now been expanded to various new games including God of War Ragnarok, Black Myth, Wukong, and Creatures of Ava, allowing full leverage of Fidelity FX Super Resolution with FSR3 and FrameGen support along with anti-lag 2. In addition to that, support has also been added to automatically configure anti-lag 2 in Ghost of Tsushima's Director Cut. The driver also brings a range of fixes and improvements which are noted below, and it looks to be a great addition from the AMD Radeon team. New game support Frostpunk 2. God of War Ragnarok? The Sims 4 DirectX 11 update. Expanded AMD Radeon Boost support Final Fantasy XVI. Expanded Hypertune support. Hypertune support allows HyperRX to enable in-game technologies like AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution and AMD Radeon Anti-Lag 2. Support has been added to automatically configure AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution 3 with frame generation, and to compare the difference between anti-lag 2 off and anti-lag off, hold the right control key. Black Myth, Wukong, Creatures of Ava, God of War Ragnarok? Support has been added to automatically configure AMD Radeon Anti-Lag 2 in Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. Fixed issues and improvements. Intermittent driver timeout or application crash while playing Warhammer 40,000, Space Marine 2. Intermittent driver timeout or application crash when loading into certain maps while playing Warhammer 40,000, Space Marine 2 on some AMD graphics products, such as the Radeon RX 5700 XT. Intermittent driver timeout or application crash during certain cutscenes while playing Final Fantasy XVI on some AMD graphics products, such as the Radeon RX 6600 XT. Overly dark shadows or desaturated colors may be observed while playing Black Myth, Wukong when global illumination is to medium or higher. Intermittent in-game corruption may be observed while playing Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut with AMD software, Adrenalin Edition record and streaming and HDR enabled. AMD software, Adrenalin Edition may unexpectedly initiate upon system wake from sleep mode. Audio and video may intermittently become out of sync while recording using the AV1 codec and AMD software, Adrenalin Edition. Known issues: intermittent performance when entering certain areas while playing days. Intermittent driver timeout or crash may be observed while playing Warhammer 40,000, Space Marine 2 on some AMD graphics products, such as the AMD Ryzen i9 HX370. Users experiencing this issue can disable hardware accelerated GPU scheduling in the Windows default graphics settings as a temporary measure. Settings, System, Display, Default Graphics Settings.